The action returns to Randwick this weekend, and the Group 1 George Main Stakes is a feature race on the card. CONVERGE is the stable's sole runner in the race. Have you been pleased with his progress since his first up run in the Tramway Stakes?
Yeah, most certainly. He's done very well. Obviously, he didn't get the conditions to suit, and things didn't go his way in the Tramway Stakes. He just struggled in that heavy condition. So, really hoping to see a much better track for him on Saturday. I think that'll really enhance his chances. His work's been excellent, right up to the mark. The run hasn't knocked him about at all. It's brought him on in the right manner. So, looking forward to seeing him back out to the races on Saturday for a much improved run.
North Star Lass and Pantanario will take on the girls in the Group 2 T-Row Stakes. Talk us through their chances.
North Star Lass, she's been so impressive this preparation. She's just gone from strength to strength. Obviously, a winner of the Group 2 there last start under testing conditions. She was very tough. So with that run, you'd expect her to really appreciate the 1400 metres on Saturday, and if the rain does come, you know she's going to handle the conditions. She's got a nice soft draw. She puts herself on pace, and she's incredibly tough. So I think she'll take some beating again. But I think one of her main challenges could be the stablemate Pantanario. She's a lovely filly, plenty of class about her, as we saw throughout her 2-year-old career. She broke her maiden in impressive fashion as her first run at 3, and I think she'll also relish the step up to 1400 metres. She should get a nice run in behind them there from that soft draw, and she'll certainly be strong late. So looking forward to seeing both fillies take their chances.
Knight's Order put on a dominating display in the Group 2 Chelmsford Stakes to show he is a force to be reckoned with for the remainder of the spring. He will contest the Group 3 Kingston Town Stakes. How did he pull up from his recent win?
Excellent. He's in really good order this preparation. So hopefully he can continue that and show good improvement through each run this campaign. Obviously some lofty ambitions lie ahead for him. So this is a nice natural progression for him, stepping up to the 2,000 metres. I expect him to be much better and much fitter for that first up run, and obviously the 2,000 metres will just naturally be a more suitable distance for him. He's versatile in all conditions. I know he excels in the wet, but can certainly expect him to perform just as well on top of the ground if that's the conditions that we get on Saturday.
Dajran has enjoyed 2 satisfying trial performances going into Saturday's benchmark 88 handicap. What type of race are you expecting this son of Frankel to run?
The 1200 metres may just be a little bit short of his best trip on Saturday. Certainly feel we're going to see him be much more effective later in the campaign with a bit of racing, and when we can see him stretch out over that little bit further. But in saying that, he does race well fresh. He's a horse with plenty of class about him, so hopefully that can carry him through. But he's in good shape, and looking forward to seeing him back at the races.
Silent Impact is a lightly raced son of Maurice who will step out in the benchmark 78 handicap over 1400 metres. He was last seen at Randwick a fortnight ago, where he finished middle of the pack. How will he go second up on Saturday?
Hoping to see him on much better ground. He really struggled in those heavy conditions. He just wasn't quite able to get his confidence, and he really is a confidence horse. He'll be better suited by the 1400 metres. That should help him hold a more forward position, and as I said, particularly if we can see him on top of the ground where he can get into that better rhythm, he'll certainly be a much better chance, because he's a very talented horse on his day.
Crosstalk will return to the races in the Bill Ritchie over 1400 metres. This New Zealand import continues to impress the team at Tulloch Lodge, and we hope he can bring his winning form to the track this weekend.
Yeah, we had a couple of options for him going into the weekend, but ultimately settled on the Bill Ritchie. Just feel he races well here at Randwick, so really wanted to focus on this race with him. He's just had a slight freshen up since his last run at Hawkesbury. I thought he's been excellent all this campaign. He's been up a while, but tried to keep him nice and fresh going into this race, and he certainly seems in good order, so hopefully he can continue his honest self.
Celestial Spirit has moved down to our Flemington base, and she will contest the 1,000 Guineas Prelude for Laurel Oak Bloodstock on Saturday at Caulfield. Talk us through her chances.
She's a lovely filly, and really hoping that the Sydney form will hold up strong here in Melbourne. I do feel she's a much better filly than what her form suggests. I think she's had some genuine excuses all the way through, and she is plenty of class about her. She'll appreciate getting out in trip, and will still get further late in their preparation. Caulfield can be a little bit tricky for these Sydney horses coming down for their first start. That would be the only concern with her going down. But other than that, inexperience, there's plenty of class about her, and I think we'll see more from her over the spring.
Moving to Flemington on Sunday, Major Beale will take his position in the Derby trial. This son of Savabeel was second last time out at Mooney Valley. Can he go one better on Sunday?
Yes, certainly. It was a very interesting run for him there last start. Obviously, had brought down some good form from Sydney and went round nicely in the market there at Mooney Valley. He got a little bit lost around there on that occasion, but I love the way that when he balanced up, he really attacked the line and just looked like a horse that was crying out for a bit further distance. So he gets back to a bigger track at Flemington. He's stepping out to the 1800 metres. So a lot of positives with him going into the race. He seems to be holding his form really well. Looking forward to seeing him take his place again on Sunday.
Uncorked won her most recent trial and is in great order ahead of the Oaks trial. How has this 3-year-old filly by Piero impressed you this preparation?
She's been a really interesting filly. She's a filly that I always thought would take a bit of time and get over ground, yet she showed so much early speed and precocity at 2 with some great form around some very talented 2-year-olds. Just had to take a bit of time and be patient to get her out to these suitable conditions to see her break her maiden, and really looking forward to seeing her over the 1800 metres in the Oaks trial. I think it'll be very interesting. As I said, I do feel she'll get further, and I think it was a good win there last start with some improvement to come.
Narvaez returned to winning ways last time out at Mornington. Can he keep this winning streak going in the benchmark 78 handicap over 1600 metres?
Yeah, he seems to have his best racing down in Melbourne, and there was a lot of merit to that win last start. A good tough win. He put himself on pace. He had to do a bit of work to get there, and sustained a long hard run. And he was very strong late, so I expect him to improve off that. He should appreciate a strong mile on the big track. And a horse that's really just at his peak condition at this point of his preparation. So seems to be going well, and I think he'll appreciate getting back on top of the ground again.